I don't know why you guys asked for this. You already know the sequels are never as good as the original. When are you gonna do part 2? Oh, you're doing this, but you're not doing part 2 of JoJi? Oh my god, I can't believe you're not doing part 2. Dude, have you seen 21 Jump Street? You saw the sequel, didn't you? Have you seen Daddy's Home? Wait for part 2. It's gonna be trash in comparison to the first. Why do you think Step Brothers never got a part 2? Because they don't want to ruin a classic. You knew clicking this video that it was about to be trash. You knew it was gonna be garbage in comparison to part 1. We got JoJi. We're back in the building with some JoJi. The Black Eric Foreman has decided to give JoJi a listen, again, due to heavy request and due to the fact that he's got a new single that came out recently that I feel like everyone is going to be overhyping. So I got to get to this thing, man. I got to understand what it is about this that has people so up in arms, that has people constantly coming back to me asking me what I think about it. So here we are today to listen to it. First time on camera for the fans, for the subscribers, for the people, for the masturbators. After listening to Pink Guy and listening to so much Filthy Frank, I feel like I've got a good grasp of JoJi and the alternate, internet ego or internet persona that he's created on this YouTube platform. You watch enough Filthy Frank, you hear enough of Pink Guy, you really don't think, there's a guy like JoJi under all that. Making music that has this soulful kind of turn to it. I've admitted and mentioned the fact that he feels like the Asian Frank Ocean to me. Lo-fi music that he tends to tote with the music he's been releasing on SoundCloud and YouTube. I can get down with it. It's cool. It's not that amazing, but it's cool. We're gonna get right on down to it. We're gonna get deep into the nitty-gritty right now. JoJi, part 2, the trash sequel. Watch this. It's got a, what the fuck did I just type? I tried to make a beat out of the clicks off the phone, whatever. So let's try this first one before we get to the main event. Once in a While. Hear the violin. That's all I really care about is the violin.
Please forgive me. Can someone turn it up?
It's at max volume. I don't know what you want me to do.
Tell me what you mean when you whisper late at night.
This is nice and simple.
I'm digging through the stars. There we go.
I'm picturing this right now. Don't talk to me. Okay, Beyonce. Okay. I get the feeling that he's like on stage at like a bar and he's performing live in front of a bunch of people. It sounds pretty organic, like there's no production really behind it. There's nothing, it doesn't sound like it's properly like mixed or anything. Live instrumentation is what it sounds like. I can appreciate the fact that this was like a raw cut that was put out. It gives me a feeling that I am watching a guy perform music to give me a feeling. That's what I get from that song. So it's not the greatest thing I've ever heard, and subject matter wise we get more of the love kind of I'm so against the grain kind of music, but it's still okay. It's not great, but I get the feeling. Next one we need to check out. Let me get my Vaseline. Next one we're going to check out is Teardrops. Let's see if it makes me cry. Glad I took out the Vaseline. Alright. Instant disappointment. Let me read the comments to this video. Oh, this is apparently a slowed down version of another song. I don't know in what state of mind this guy is in. I know that he is a completely different figure from the person that he totes in his videos, but it makes sense that if you are very eccentric in one aspect, that you would be very low-key in another. Like the fact that he's so eccentric and energetic with someone like Filthy Frank, it will make sense that he would be the polar opposite with his real-life personality. Jesus Christ. Scared the oh my god. Let's try a track, hopefully where he has some actual lyrics, and check out I Know She's So Nice. Oh, I've heard this before. Oh, where did I hear this before? I don't remember the lyrics. She's not that nice. She didn't tell me about this song. Someone absolutely ruined this song for me. I don't know where I heard it already, It had to either be in another video or it had to be in a it reminds me of a movie I saw recently, but I don't think this was included in a movie. Again, more music from JoJi that isn't very eccentric. It's actually reminds me of like a high schooler. Like, these are the thoughts of myself going through either puberty or easy lines I would write to someone that I didn't have the courage to go up to and go see. It's more like a song that's like, oh, if you were mine, I would treat you the greatest. Because even though I don't know you, you just seem so nice. I can understand the likability factor a song like this has, because for me it carries, that sense of nostalgia. It's pretty upbeat. It's pretty rhythmic. I don't really have a problem with it. JoJi Antidote. Let's try this one. Oh, this is a rendition of Travis Scott's. Okay.
Feels better. No more. The sun will shine. Low pump. Please just let me live.
Why on earth would you say his name? So I already wasn't feeling the track like that. Then he throws Lil Pump's name in there, and I immediately just stabbed me in the esophagus. Like, dude, my ID is about to expire. I did not need you to say Lil Pump's name. The lo-fi feeling and the live instrumentation and the low-key lyrics and the voice being all cool in the back doesn't go over well for every track in cases like this. That's really all I have to say about it. Song to me wasn't that enjoyable, and we're gonna move on. Next track is You'll Get It All. Shit, well, I mean, if you need to see it, I've heard this before. But I like it again. It was at the end of one of his other songs. Fuck! I don't remember what it was. All right, that might go in the blooper reels. Let's just get to the main event right now. All right, we've been waiting for this one. This is the one everybody wants me to listen to. Will He, JoJi's new song. Let's get it out the way and tell you my thoughts on it. Appreciate the piano. Is that a panda? Hold up. What song was that? Ed Sheeran. I remember that. Ed Sheeran said that. Oh, man. It's like you finally get to heaven's gates, but before you go inside, you gotta get fucked by JoJi. This is the music that's playing. This is good. This is good. I'm not gonna lie. It's good. What do you want? Oh no. Thank you. Thank you. I thought it was over. I just went on a ride and I'm still not off yet. So that carries this similar lo-fi music I was speaking of in a much more direct way. Not that much different from what I feel like you could get from other artists who are pioneering the same sound, who are lesser known. I definitely do feel like, a lot of his core audience is supporting this music. I don't think I would have heard this if it was not for the large following that he's maintained. Man! Not to say that he's not talented, because he most definitely is, and I can tell that he's putting work into this lane of music, but there's nothing that he's done with all the music that I've heard from him as of yet to where I would believe that this is something that he's dominating, or this is a genre, or this is a lane of music that he's you know, kind of made into his own. Because as I said, you guys are going to support him regardless. I don't know if it's because you're just not used to hearing this style of music, this lo-fi kind of melodramatic, very somber sounding music that has instrumentals that many would consider very beautiful and very heartwarming, or have very strong emotional implications within the music simply based off the way it sounds. Or you're just supporting it because, you know, you like JoJi more than the other artists who are already doing the same style. This sound exists, you just have to look for it. And I think that's probably the main argument against JoJi, is this kind of music isn't, I guess, transformative enough for me to say, you know, wow, this is something that's grabbing, or this is something that many people need to pay attention to. It still has an extreme amount of quality. I love how well mixed his voice is, and I love how it sounds, but I still would like it if it came from anybody else. And that's probably my issue with it, is the fact that it's not indigenous to him. It's not something that he's put a stamp on. It's not something that I think is grabbing enough for me to say I could only go to JoJi for this type of music. To end it on a less critique-worthy note, I still like majority of what he's put out. I still think, you know, his future in this lane of music is very, very lengthy, and I think that he definitely has a chance to experiment with his artistry and his sound a lot more than other people do, because he's got a lot of support behind him. But I also think you guys should take it into consideration to give your honest opinion on some of this music, instead of just expecting people to like it based off the fact that it sounds okay. Because again, honestly speaking, it already exists elsewhere. That being said though, JoJi Miller, credible artist, still like the guy's music. I think that many people sleep on the fact that he is a guy that's created such a huge online persona, and then at the same time said, I want to make music too. This is why it's a little bit harder to focus on one or the other, or at least I would think so. So I wouldn't be too harsh on that, because being a content creator and having to make music are really, I would assume, strenuous things. So yeah, he's got work to do, but for what it's worth, it is still pretty good music. And not to make you feel bad, I completely understand why you like it so much. It's been Shawn C. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. If you didn't, thumbs down so you can suck my dick. And that's just me, Shawn C. Honest opinion. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Keep bumping it if you love it. I like it. I'm gonna be bumping that last song heavy, but like I said, it's nothing crazy. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and I'm out. Peace.